What's up, everyone? Gonna play some music now, and I heard that playing Sonic music will not get me copyright. So, here we go. I love Sonic a lot. Thunder, rain, lightning, danger, water rising, across silence way. It's the tip outside, shadows, dark creatures, steel clouds floating in the air. People run for shelter. What's gonna happen to us? All the steps we take on earth make all. See the chaos waiting our way. What can we do? Doing all the same way. We have our own style and no change. You're the man with people, there is no way I lose. Can't hold on right now, but I will never let it go. I know it's a one-way trip. Tell me now, how long is it left? I'm gonna play this way. No, will I come on love? Close my eyes and feel it burn. Now I see what I've gotta do. Open your heart, it's gonna be alright. I freaking love this song. Shadows keep attacking, little children crying, confusion, hopeless anger. I don't know what it got me, but you drive me crazy. All your cunning tricks make me sick. You won't have it your own way. Can't hold on much longer, but I will never let go. I know it's a one-way trip. Tell me now how long this will last. I'm gonna be this way. Go when I count on others. Close my eyes and feel it burn. Now I see what I'm gonna do. Open your heart and you will stay. Alright, I'm gonna go do my nighttime routine. Just my skincare routine specifically. And brush my teeth, and I shall be back with the stream. I hope you enjoy Sonic music, even though we're not playing Sonic tonight. But I love Sonic so much. It's all stand down by all the hate got said. it's a one-way trip. Tell me how long this will last. Close my eyes and feel the flow. Now I see why I gotta go. Can't hold on much longer. I'll never let go. I know it's a one-way trip. Tell me now how long this will last. I'm done. Gonna think this through when I count on others. Close my eyes and feel the blood. Now I see what I gotta do. Open your heart, it's gonna be alright. Yeah. Open your heart. Open your heart.
Meet Redken Blondage, purple shampoo and conditioner for blondes. Protect your salon color. Say no to brass. Say yes to strength and brightness. Brighter, stronger hair instantly. For all blondes, all hair types, and hair textures. Blondage, from the #1 professional brand, Redken.
Gear up at Academy Sports and Outdoors. It's back to school time, and at Academy, your favorite brands are all in play. Like Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, Crocs, Puma, and the North Face. Bring on the fun and get out there. Whether you're playing for the home team or perfecting your game at home, at Academy, we'll bring the fun to you. Buy online and pick up curbside or in-store, and get free shipping on orders over $25.
Gear up at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Shining star, I'm here to conquer fear. Like a soul, when I run into the heat of day. Like a knife, when I fight to the fight is won. In the rain, I say each and every one. Till this war is won. To rule by the sword, something through the every inch of the power of the God in you. And I said, by the tail I command my kingdom. And now you're the winner. fighting freak knuckles, and we're at Pumpkin Hill. You ready? I ain't gon' let it get to me, I'm just gon' creep. Down in Pumpkin Hill, I got to find my lost piece. I know that it's here, I can sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I'm gonna hold my head, cause I have no fear. This probably seems crazy, a graveyard theory. Our ghosts try to approach me and got leery. Ask him a question and he vanished in a second. I'm walking through valleys, crying pumpkins in the alley. Didn't seem happy, but they sure tried to get me. Had to back them up with a fist metal crackle. I'm hearing someone saying, you a chicken, don't be scared. It had to be the wind, cause nobody wasn't there. I searched and I searched as I climbed up the wall. And then I started to fly, I went in deeper. Let it get to me, I'm just gon' creep. Down Pumpkin Hill, I got to find my lost piece. I know that it's here, I sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I gotta hold my head, I have no fear. It probably seems crazy, a graveyard theory. A ghost try to approach me, he got leery. I'm just gon' creep. Down in Pumpkin Hill, I got to find my lost piece. I know that it's here, I can sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I'm gonna hold my head, cause I have no fear. This probably seems crazy, a graveyard theory. Our ghosts try to approach me and got leery. Ask him a question and he vanished in a second. I'm walking through valleys, crying pumpkins in the alley. Didn't seem happy, but they sure tried to get me. Had to back them up with a fist metal crackle. I'm hearing someone saying, you a chicken, don't be scared. It had to be the wind, cause nobody wasn't there. I searched and I searched as I climbed up the wall. And then I started to fly, I went in deeper. Let it get to me, I'm just gon' creep. Down Pumpkin Hill, I got to find my lost piece. I know that it's here, I sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I gotta hold my head, I have no fear. It probably seems crazy, a graveyard theory. A ghost try to approach me, he got leery. Spooky up in here. It's crazy in here. We still gon' keep it going, I'm knuckles. Nobody scares me. Whoever wanted, bring it. I don't care, we can do this. Then come step up to the plate and meet your match. It ain't no day. This is my escape. I'm running through this world and I'm not looking back. 'Cause I know I can go where no one's ever gone.
Alright everyone, I finished with my nighttime routine. Hello Manuel, how are you doing?
We've all gotta start from somewhere. It's right there for me.
Possibilities I never ended. I see it, and now it's all in my reach. Possibilities. I see it now. It's always been inside of me. And now I feel so free. Possibilities. And so I'll carry on. My time to shine has come. I feel it. As fast as I can go. Straight to the top. I know you'll Trying to get to the comments from my phone. There we go. There we go. Alright. I'm gonna open the game. And now it's all within my reach and possibilities. I see it now. It's always been inside of me. Possibilities. Alright. Okay, let's stop the song. Danganronpa. Okay, anyways, hello everyone, welcome to my 4th night of my Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc stream. So, tonight I'll be playing the second half of Chapter 2, so I'm avenging sweet Chihiro's death. She was my favorite and I'm so salty, so I am determined to figure out who murdered her, and I'm just hearing, like, I'm gonna have quite a trial tonight, so I really don't know what to expect, so yeah, it's gonna be quite a ride. The pre-trial prep. Okay. Alright, so you have it. Map. Truth bullets. Okay. So, Monokuma file. The death happened at 2 a.m., so it was during nighttime, water was off, and the body was discovered in the girls' locker room on the 2nd floor of the school. Cause of death was a blow to the head with a blunt object. She was killed instantly. Ugh, poor girl. Sakura's account. Although Chihiro wanted to get stronger, she declined several invitations from Sakura and Aoi, and may have used the locker room late at night to avoid them. Break. Did you finish the investigations? No. Hi, Ultimate. I see you. Well, first of all, welcome to the stream, Ultimate. It's good to see you. How you doing? And, yes, I did finish the investigation. I'm currently just reviewing everything I have. Well, my top 3 character, my top 1 was Chihiro. I guess my number 2 would be... Number 2 is definitely Kyoko. I love Kyoko. She is saving my life. Like, if she was not there trial 1, we would have... If she was not in this game, we would all be dead by chapter 1. It would be a very short game. And my 3rd favorite character, I'm not sure. Like, I like Hina, I like Taka and Mundo. Maybe I'll go with Hina as my third. I don't know. But yeah, how you doing, Ultimate? Okay. So, despite this, Chihiro had stated that she desired help with her efforts. She may have been meeting someone in the locker room the night she was murdered. Yeah. Ah, an interesting bunch, yeah. Like, Kyoko was very silent at first, but after, like, the first trial, I can see why people call her best girl. And I totally agree. Alright, locker room dumbbell. Dumbbell found on the floor of the girls' locker room had a significant amount of blood on it. And so we think that's the murder weapon because Chihiro died from being blown to the head. Mondo's account? Okay. Chihiro had told anyone willing to listen that she wanted to get stronger. Some assumed that due to her inferiority complex about being weak, she admired strength more than anything else. Card reader. To unlock a room, you need... Kyoko is literally that smart kid in class who only talks when answering stuff. Yeah, Kyoko's amazing. I bonded with her in free time yesterday, and she liked the present I gave her, so... yeah. So, okay, anyways, card reader. To unlock a locker room, you need to swipe your e-handbook over the card reader. You need a male student handbook for the boys' locker room, a female student for females. It is not possible for 2 people to enter at the same time. Oh, so I can't use one handbook. Okay, so if 2 people enter, there have to be 2 different handbooks. Okay. Additionally, lending someone your handbook is a violation of school regulations. Yes. Main hall e-handbooks. Handbook of each student that has died is placed in the mailbox in the main hall. So, the murder was either a girl, or the murderer could have used an e-book of the opposite gender. Like, a boy could have gotten in the girls' locker room using Sakura or Junko's e-handbook. Also, Leon's handbook was not working. So, if a girl did it in the boys' locker room and moved it to the girls, which part of me may think it may be, how could they have used Leon's handbook if Leon's handbook wasn't working? Yeah. It's a rare occurrence. So it assumed that the one broken is Leon's. You gotta go to bed because you need to get up early. Alright. Be sure to sum up your feelings of this chapter in Discord when you're done. Oh, trust me, I will. I will. Anyways, good night, Ultimate. Thank you for stopping by. Alright, Genocide Jack case file. Ken Harada, Tetsudo Hana, and Nanda. They were killed in the same way and mounted to a nearby wall. The word bloodlust was found at the scene of each crime written in blood. Profiling indicates the killer is likely a student suffering from a split personality. Which I know which student actually is Genocide Jack, but I know it's not them, because they are still alive in games in the sequel to this game. Ultra Spirit Girls, I mean. I think maybe the person who ever killed Chihiro went to the library and saw the way Genocide Jack killed. Because they used an extension cord to hang up Chihiro in a T-pose, which that came from the library. So it could literally be anyone. And I know it's not Byakuya. I say sadly because I wish it was Byakuya because I want him dead. Because I do not like him, but it's fine. Okay, so Hina's account. Chihiro seems to have consciously kept her distance from other girls at the school, even from the beginning. Meanwhile, it had been noted that she got along remarkably well with her male classmates. Yes, that is true. The carpet in the boys' locker room was found with a blackish stain on it, which I believe to be the coffee that Sakura spilled, the protein coffee. She spilled it in the girls' locker room, but they switched the carpets, and they also switched the posters. Yeah, they switched the posters. Chihiro's e-handbook. Chihiro's handbook was not found on her corpse and has apparently gone missing. So, did she use Leon's to get in? And then, like, it turned off after? Like, because if she was killed in the boys' locker room? I don't know. Okay, so Chihiro's body had been suspended and her hands had been bound with some kind of rope. It was an extension cord. We saw it. Fatal injury was a blow to the head, which we believe was caused by the weight. Disappearing stain. Yes, Sakura noticed that. But that stain was in the boys' room, so that's what I believe it is. So, library desk lamp. Byakuya was known to use this lamp often. However, the extension cord had gone missing at some point, and the lamp's cord couldn't quite reach the outlet. And it went missing because it was used to T-pose Chihiro. And Celeste's account. On the night of the murder, right before nighttime, Chihiro was spotted leaving the warehouse. It seems she was stuffing some blue exercise clothes into a duffel bag. Presumably, she was on her way to exercise, but the clothes were not found at the crime scene. Celeste had not told anyone other than Makoto about this encounter. Alright, that's all my evidence. Are there any skills I can use? Okay, that doesn't work. Okay. Set skills. Attentive influence. Increases the influence gauge by 2. Effective during the class trial. 2 SP. Algorithm. Increases speed of memorizing a statement. What does that mean? Effective during a non-stop debate. Increases damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed. Effective during bullet time battle. Increases bullet capacity. Effective during the bullet time battle. Oh, I can use all these. Oh, I see how this works. I see how this works. Okay. I didn't know how this worked last time. I didn't use any skills on the first trial, but this will be helpful. Please be with me. Oh, gosh.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the back end, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
It was the weight, the dumbbell. Gonna suggest lock-it-in dumbbell.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
It was.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been? I bet it was an iron pipe.
No!
Interesting. It certainly would make for a powerful weapon. Like Chihiro.
Why did that thing have to go so fast?
Chihiro's fatal injury.
It appears it was.
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt instrument could it? I bet it was an iron pipe. No, it's wrong.
Okay, well that was easy.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell?
found at the scene of the crime, it was covered in blood. And there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yes! That's so creepy!
Okay, but she kind of had to for the sake of this trial.
If you don't
She
mind,
just doesn't care.
We'll proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already
Byakuya?
quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
You don't know that. No! Oh no. Lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press the right mouse button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease, so taking careful aim. Gosh darn it! Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, why? Yeah, no, I'm not on gentle, I'm on mean.
The culprit is Genocide Jack, I'm sure. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
Shut up.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so, speaking of Genocide Jack, I don't know who that is!
The evidence that shows Genocide Jack is related to the case. It has to be. Okay.
The culprit is Genocide. Case closed. Why?
Well, I mean, come on, there's just no proof for it.
Yes!
No, it's wrong. I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
Mm-hmm.
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Food lust.
Gosh.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Dakota?
The other characteristic.
I got it! Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
Or someone who had access, one of us, because one of us had access to the archives to be able to see that case. So one of us could definitely know that.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it?
Because they had access to the case file in the archive
There's only
room.
one logical answer I can think of.
No, that's
Because
wrong,
the culprit
Byakuya.
in
You
this
shush.
case is the real Genocide Jack.
You shush,
No
Byakuya.
fucking way.
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact,
Shush! Shush! You shush! You shush! No!
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
What? Hey, okay.
Don't make her sneeze.
Hold on a second. Toko has, like, blood-phobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle. Man, why is this gonna be so complicated?
Does seem like a riddle in a way, but I feel like I can just about see it. Genocide Jack is Toko, but it isn't Toko. Toko has split personality disorder. Okay. What? Shit. What the frick is this? Schizophrenia? That's not the same thing as split personality disorder. That's not the same disorder. Come on, Danganronpa, get your mental health disorders right.
Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's called. Not schizophrenia. Magic. Oh yes, the worst part. Hi, Magic. How you doing? I know I was just playing Among Us with you, but how you doing?
Oh, okay. But still, I wouldn't say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable.
I mean, Byakuya is right about that, but he is not right that Toko's the murderer.
Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
The one thing that shows Toko, she fainted, her behavior changed.
I got it! You're talking
Hi,
about
I'm
how she
good.
started
Hi,
acting
good.
totally
I'm Maya
different
Sonic.
than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
Bruh, I'm sorry. I make that joke all the time. Usually I say hi something, I'm mom.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. Its melancholy tone has completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
No,
So when
Toko!
Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Yeah, she was scared of him coming out.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
Byakuya is right about Toko being afraid, but he is not right about Toko being the murderer.
How? Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive
Oh
speech,
no.
Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone.
And she hasn't broken it.
But in spite of that promise,
Oh.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me.
You deserve so much better than him, Toko.
how many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it.
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Good. Keep hating him. Stop having sexual fantasies about him.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
Person, you don't...
Toko's body's... Oh no. No!
Well, hello there. Is it me you were hoping to see?
Yes, you... What the heck?
So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this? Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toto, that's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to what's wrong.
Alright. So now everyone knows that Toko's Genocide Jack.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a vacuum. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack? This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds!
You're not helping yourself.
Just kidding!
Oh, okay. Then it's not true.
Of course it's not true. How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless. I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people.
Crap.
It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
Crap. What in the world?
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death.
If that were true, that would make it a very short trial.
There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
And you're telling the truth.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion. Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah.
She's great.
I could never
Yeah.
believe a word you say, you monster.
Yeah, I like Toko. Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said, I need to get more details about all this. Okay. Library desk lamp, stabs a dead body, disappearing stone.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things. Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
Is Genocide Jack really the killer? I feel like something doesn't match up. I feel like...
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things. Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
I don't know, is this
What
right?
more proof do we need?
Oh, I missed. Ah!
Give it
You
up.
don't like Toko, but you like Jill. Huh, I see. Or Jack or Jill, either one. I don't know what I'm
Sorry,
doing.
but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things. Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
No!
What more proof do we need?
Give it up. You killed her.
Sorry, but I
You say that.
perhaps if you had an alibi.
When you compare your past murders to the modus operandi matches completely.
Yes! Yes! I did it! Oh my gosh!
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah.
I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything.
Something about Chihiro's body doesn't line up with Jack, Jill. We'll see.
But what happened to Chihiro?
Well, I'm thinking it's because she's hanging by an extension cord instead of by scissors.
It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Well, let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
There's one clear difference between the murders. The style... Okay.
My God! For one, the cause of death is different.
Okay.
In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors.
Yeah.
But Chihiro
Oh ho
died from a blow
ho,
to the
Magic
head, right?
says.
Yes.
True, that's true.
It's remarkably different from the other murders. Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
So, are you saying difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
That's right, the second difference is related to how the body was suspended. What was used to suspend
got
it? The extension cord.
Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up.
The extension cord!
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them.
The scissors.
Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Lol.
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case.
Wait, they were all men!
There's a pattern there.
They're all men!
Discover. Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
I got you!
Oh my gosh.
Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye, right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
They were all men. They were all boys.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I killed with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the monkey side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-blood fan madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely. When you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lolly car!
Lowly, cur.
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect.
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school.
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class, envy of the entire world scissors.
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
There probably is.
Da-da-da!
Oh gosh!
She's fully equipped. That's right. So I can kill anywhere, anytime. Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong, you candy gutter dogs, all of you. Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. The rope's totally out of the question anyway.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent? But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal, and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on. There is one person who could have copied. I don't know.
Here's my answer.
Yes! Come on, Byakuya. I wish you were the murderer.
It's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened. hadn't we?
Haha!
You
Haha!
missed it. Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adult Coke Glasses Man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
I wish it was Byakuya. I wish it was him because I want him dead.
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Look, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
Yeah, why did he
You
immediately
wanted to
suggest
go
the
to
girls' locker room?
right away, right? But since you're a guy,
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
How did you know it was Chihiro though before we walked in?
I'd say. On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
Oh no. The new element. Oh, come on, why? A truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the left mouse button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you just have to use your teamwork, don't you? I don't know! Hi, Ghost! This trial is stressing me out! If you don't use the flashback, you won't be refuting everything. Well then, good luck and have fun! Oh, yep, I curse. I don't care. I'm scared.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before he found the body. But he was acting weird.
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker
You shush, Hifumi.
You absolutely take it. That's a natural reaction for any guy.
You shush.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So, of course, I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
You wish you'd taken me with you.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found
Okay.
the body. But he was acting weird.
If you're presented with the opportunity,
So how do I do this? Weak spots, firing truth bullets, loading truth bullets. Flashback. Left mouse button. Okay.
That's a natural reaction for any.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So, of course, I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There
Wait,
was no
what?
time for pointless.
what's so
Did I do that right?
taking me with you?
So, you said Byakuya, but he was acting.
If you're presented with the opportunity to check
That's a natural reaction for any.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So, of course, I would suggest we check the girls' locker room.
Hello, Dankness. Hello, Kana. Mechanic is only used a few times, so don't stress too much. What? If you target a weak spot and then hold down the left mouse button, that's what I'm doing!
There was no time for point. What's so strange? Unless you're taking me with you.
I keep losing 10 seconds every time I try to do that.
So, you said Byak, but he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's unnatural.
The victim was Chihiro, so of course I would suggest we check the
Why
girls.
did you...
There was no time. What's so strange? Unless you're taking me with you.
So, you said Byak, but he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's unnatural reaction.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would
What the
suggest we
heck?
check the girls' locker room.
What? I'm doing... What? I'm doing the left key! I'm doing that to fire a truth bullet. Okay, the left mouse key fires a truth bullet. If you target a weak spot, then hold down. I'm so confused. I don't know what I'm doing.
There was no time for... What's so strange? Unless you're taking me with you.
So, you said Byak, but he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's unnatural reaction.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course
I was
would suggest
holding-
we check the girls' locker room.
This is
first.
so stupid.
There was no time for... What's so strange? Unless you're taking me with you.
What am I doing? Hit L shift? Left shift? Is that what it is? Okay, I'll try that magic. Wait. Select truth bullet. Left mouse button, that's what I'm doing! Control left shift. That's what I'm doing! I'm pressing the left mouse button! To fire the truth bullet. What?
So, you said Byak, but he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity,
That's a natural reaction for any guy. The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl.
I'm
So, of
holding...
course, I would suggest we
That's
check
so
the
stupid.
girls' locker
I'm
room
literally
first. There
holding...
was no time for pointless distraction.
I'm literally pressing the left
What's
mouse
so
button.
strange about that?
Oh, wait. No, I'm not. Wait a second. Hold on a second. I am doing this
So,
wrong.
you said Byak,
Okay,
but
I
he
think
was
I'm
acting...
gonna fail this trial, but I don't care.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl.
What? I don't even know anymore.
So,
I'm
you
about
said
to fail
Byak,
this
but he was
trial.
acting...
Yep.
If you're presented...
Yep, I failed. I failed! I'm so confused. What the heck? No, Monokuma, I'm not giving up.
Is this...
No. No. Yes.
I refuse to give up yet.
My freaking word, this is stupid. The right mouse location? The right mouse button? I don't even know anymore. Okay, let's see. Okay, truth flashback. You aim at a weak spot and hold down the left mouse button. Then you'll memorize that weak spot. Okay. This is so stupid. This is so stupid.
So, you said Black, but he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls,
That's a natural reaction for any.
The victim was Chihiro.
There we go.
So, of course, I would suggest we check the girls' locker room.
there was no time. What's so strange? You wish you'd taken me with you.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird.
What? Okay, I did this wrong.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird...
Yeah, okay, I swapped it.
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls,
That's a natural.
The victim was Chihiro.
There we go.
no, it's wrong.
There we go. Like when you're playing Splatoon? I'm playing
I'll
this on
tell
a
you what's so
computer.
strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was.
Here
so
we
your
go.
claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
Thank you,
I see.
Makoto.
That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
You're too weak, Byakuya.
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya? Yeah. He's always like that.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
I think I was pressing the wrong button.
There
I don't
is.
know.
I think.
There is more to it.
Thank you,
Think
Kyoko.
about it.
Thank you.
We
Always
just talked
saving
about
me.
the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The difference you see. Evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there? What could it be? Another death plant. Celestial plant. Disciplines.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
What Chihiro was suspended with. It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right. It absolutely was.
Yes.
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
That's wrong as heck, Byakuya.
No, it's wrong. Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord? What? An extension cord? Byakuya, you used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this. I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm saying.
intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
I really wish that was true. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. He's not even involved. Wait, not even involved.
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
You need to shush.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, But still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering
You
you?
need to shush,
I killed
Byakuya.
her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
The scene of the crime?
I got it!
Okay.
You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that?
Yeah, he couldn't
Isn't
go
it
in there.
possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
It happened in the boys' room.
How What kind of question is that?
Freaking
Even
hate
in the
you.
world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that.
Yeah, she was found dead, but she was killed in the
How
boys'
could the
locker
scene
room.
of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later,
Yep, I
along
agree.
with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up to now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else. Take that, Byakuya! Take that!
What do you mean she was killed somewhere else? Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Okay, I'll give it to you. On those things that got switched. The posters.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
Yep,
While I
those are
was in the
things.
girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
It wasn't scrubbed away.
I got it! The stain on the girls'
Other than
locker
that
room
one
carpet
time, I am
wasn't scrubbed
killing this
away.
trial.
In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too?
Yep, they were,
Why
Celeste.
would anyone do that?
I
Move
don't
the
know
murder
that.
scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime.
I know you probably don't know what I'm talking about, but Byakuya is reminding me of Situ Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, I don't remember who that character is, but is that character an unlikable character? Because I really don't like Byakuya at all. I don't like him. Can't stand him.
The blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene to crime?
Because-
Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
That's because did she have Leon's thing?
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. she had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
Okay, what was it,
I
Peter?
highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Is he right? Could Chihiro have really gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Alright! Oh, okay. We hear it now. Boys' locker room carpet. Broken e-handbook.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah, I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook.
What?
She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her. No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
What? What's that?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
Okay, never mind. I was wrong when I said that. He's rich, smart. He's a rich, smart aleck that thinks he's better than everyone and is willing to do whatever it takes to come out on top of any situation. Interesting.
She must have hacked it. She was the ultimate. I'm sure that would have... No, I don't... She used the thing up, huh? What then?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No, it's wrong.
No, it's wrong.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
I mean,
Yes. Isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked us, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts glaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook,
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong.
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
dude, we're not done. Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room? No. But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second.
Thank you,
I agree
Kyoko.
with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So,
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
what? What are you talking about? What other way is there?
I don't know.
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Okay.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Okay.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It may not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Kyoko, you always saving the day. So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead, and where she took us was... Okay, what are we doing here?
The girls' locker room? We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it
Be
again?
sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully.
Not you,
Like
Hifumi.
using our hands?
Oh, this scene. Oh boy, here we go.
No, wait.
Hifumi?
It's Probably best to have my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm freaked out or anything. It's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
Good job, Sakura.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the
She's
boys
tough,
do it.
Hina.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Thank you, Sakura.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about? That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Prepare for a surprise, MS. Okay.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this?
Drink my soda very fast. Bruh, she's the biggest person in this school. Why you adding stereotypes into this, Hina? I don't even know. Huh?
What is it? Not possible. It's not possible.
Oh no. Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
Wait,
Is
huh?
what?
a boy.
Wait, huh?
Ah, I see. So she is actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact. What?
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true? Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
Shush.
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
I think Chihiro was actually a guy. The thought never even crossed my
And
mind.
because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
You immediately knew Chihiro was a dude? What?
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting.
You watch a lot of anime. Do a lot of people come off as one gender, then switch to the next in anime magic? I don't know.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
There's a common trope where girlish boys dress as a girl.
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too, how can I put it, overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but...
There's a little thing called traps where a boy dresses up as a girl. Isn't trap like a slang? Like a slang against trans people? I don't know.
It's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct, for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
Just because he wanted to get rid of Toko?
No, I am not
Byakuya?
effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Very well then.
Yeah, but it's mostly connected to anime, Dankna says. Traps as a word was used for the anime trope as it would typically be used as humor. It was anime toxic fans that later used the word as a derogatory term for transgender individuals. Let's see. Usually there's a sad story behind why they dress as a girl, depending on the anime. In comedy, they do it because they like to dress cutely. Okay, well, we'll see why Chihiro did it in this game.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
Shut up, Byakuya. But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing. The killer is a guy. Dang. Since the crime scene was in the boys' locker room, you would need a boy's handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killers would have to use their own. In other words, it has to be a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Oh, I sure wish it was Byakuya. Yes, Yasuhiro, you're an ant. Other death plant, disappearing stain, Celeste's account.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
I don't know.
Clues are one thing. Did nobody get a look at the killer? I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer.
No, that's wrong.
No, it's wrong.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Okay, I just love how they're all just immediately using the right pronouns. Like, before they were all calling Chihiro she, and now immediately they're all calling Chihiro he. And I respect that. Respect that so much. They're not even struggling, they're just all saying he, and I love it.
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever. Just hurry up and tell us.
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
Track jacket and a double bag. But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Oh, I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry.
There says, whenever I see break, I imagine the JoJo song that has the lyrics breakdown. Nice.
But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Yeah.
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. You know, so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship! The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No, you already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Huh?
Seriously? Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of.
Okay.
Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on two pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
We can't really do that.
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
Gosh darn you bots, no. No, I am not buying any more followers.
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket you took.
Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow it's really hard to believe. Okay, that's not...
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise.
Yes.
So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
Huh?
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My
Blue?
tracksuit is black.
Wait, what?
I don't even have a tracksuit. Because exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
Huh? Are you saying there's something off about what someone just said? What?
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing. So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Because exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No
I'm
way.
so
Not a
confused.
chance.
I'm so confused.
What he just
Pay
said
attention
without
to the
even realizing
wording.
it?
What am I missing? Okay.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go. So next bit, why did he
I
choose?
think I'm
What do
getting
you
it.
mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked it matched the one the culprit. So, what you're saying, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
Darn it! I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm so confused. Same
First of all,
blue
we know where
tracksuit.
Chihiro was headed.
To know Chihiro
He
is
was
headed
on his way to go
to go
exercise.
exercise.
So next we have to ask,
So next we have to ask
why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
specific tracksuit that
What
he
do you
did.
mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
Did it?
So, what you're saying is,
No.
the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
No, that's not what I meant.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Because exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally.
I literally don't know.
From the warehouse, if you must know.
You have a white
Did any of
tracksuit?
that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
I'm overthinking it. What do you
You
mean?
heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
I'm so confused.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way. So next bit, why did he choose this
What do you mean, the
I got it! He picked that tracksuit. It matched the one the culprit was wearing. So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Because exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally.
I don't know. I don't know. Nobody mentioned a color before. Oh.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean? I got it! It matched the one.
So, what, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is...
Oh, wait a minute.
I don't even have a tracksuit. For teacher's sake.
I have a white track. I got it from the...
Could any of that really help us?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right?
Mondo, did you do this?
On his way, so next week, why did he choose?
What do you mean? I got it! It matched the one.
So, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as my
No!
tracksuit is black.
Wait, did I shoot the my tracksuit is black? I don't know what I'm doing.
First of all, when he was on his way, so next week, why did he choose?
What do you mean? I got it! It matched the one.
So, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as...
Yes! Mondo.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Mondo, how dare you?
Huh? What'd I say?
Mondo,
When
how
Celeste
dare
testified
you?
A few minutes ago, she said... She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you... You just...
Hey, Celeste. What color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo,
Mondo,
Chihiro's...
Because I just...
Mondo, Mondo.
At some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Cherry.
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
I'm gonna hurt. It looks like she's trying to hide it. Just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Mondo, how dare you? How could you?
But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit, it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
Mondo, how dare you?
What made you so suspicious?
Mondo, I was starting to grow on you. How dare you?
That's a good question.
The way he talked? The way he talked?
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off.
I guess
Maybe
it's
you
that?
didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently.
Oh.
You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick.
Oh,
And after
I was
he was
right.
killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You notice such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful.
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
How dare you, Mondo?
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone.
Of course you
You've been
say
all
that.
over me, judging everything I say,
Wow.
putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal? Yeah, he would never do something like that. This is a false accusation.
It's
Oh
true.
yeah, because they're
My
bros.
reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come.
Rhythm time. Okay.
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Weren't you telling me you found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
You feel me?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
You feel me?
Jeez,
So would you.
confidence, just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
Was it Chihiro's?
I got it!
Because it wasn't on the body.
Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact. For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
They're not.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall.
The only one strong enough to break it would be Mondo.
For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that?
Of course he does. He's
Sure,
Makoto.
maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was. But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then...
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness.
I'm pretty sure Sakura's stronger than Mondo. Yeah. Sakura, please beat him up for me.
You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbook?
Thank you, Hina.
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
Wait a minute. Was that Mondo's handbook thing? Because he was in the sauna with Taka. But Taka didn't have his clothes on because he had a towel. But Mondo did.
I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
The more you know. Good to know, Monokuma. Hey, fun facts, though.
What if they found out by accident?
Yeah, that's what I think.
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke?
So there must be Mondo's handbook. But then where was Chihiro's
They
handbook?
realized it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
But I do. I'm a
know someone
witness.
who did.
Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook.
It only could have been one person. Mondo?
Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo
Taka.
and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never
Taka
kill...
chef.
I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Mondo, how could you?
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine. See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
Even I don't want to believe Mondo might have actually killed someone, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken,
I don't
then
know.
that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Oh, I got it right! Yay!
No, that's wrong.
I wasn't sure because the whole broken handbook thing was Leon's, not Mondo's.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
Wait a minute! The broken handbook there was actually Mondo's, and Mondo has Leon's!
What is
Wow.
that supposed to mean?
The broken
Mondo,
handbook that
how
was in the
could
main
you?
hall.
How could you?
Isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right. The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is
You can't loan it, but you can borrow it.
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch. What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell him he's wrong. You are wrong. You have to be wrong. Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Ah, shoot. Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse with a duffel bag and... There's something everyone has that you need to get into the locker room. Which locker room did Chihiro go into? The boys. Wait. What's this? No, that's the girls. But that's from the Leon case. Hey, where's the boys? I don't know what I'm doing. The weapon the killer used was obviously this. Well, it splattered onto something, didn't it? Onto this. To disguise the truth, switch the carpet with something else. Which locker room did the killer move to? The girls. But so I took something from the other locker room and switched it at the same time. Ah! Wait, what goes here? Huh? To disguise truth, the killer switched around the carpet as well as something else. The freaking poster. What's the difference? The killer took something from the other locker room and switched it at the scenes of the crime. I don't know, this again? Byakuya, how could you? What? To disguise what had happened. Where did the killer go after they were done? To the sauna. Is this sauna? And then look at going to the sauna room. What happened to it? This happened. Alright, I'm gonna try.
The killer is you!
I'm gonna try.
First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag.
Wrong pronoun.
That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there, and the person he met was the one who killed him.
No! It's alright. It's alright. Something. Okay. Maybe this?
The killer is you! Once inside, he met with someone there, and the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet, then removing the blood poster, and finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course, but this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks have been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem.
Darn it!
Here's exactly what happened. After all, using one of those, a boy could get in.
Yay!
And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated.
What the heck, Byakuya? Why?
So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out.
Isn't that right, Mondo?
Isn't that right, Mondo Owada?
Yeah, we're not going motorcycling after this. Sorry.
Wait. No. This can't be right. Where's your evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence?
We just told you, Taka.
You need evidence. You need proof. Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
Evidence that Mondo is the killer that already revealed itself earlier in the trial. Yep. All I have to do is check that one off of his, and everything will become clear. Oh no! No! Why? Fever time and Nega time. Fever time will activate, and the temple will be forced to its max. But why? At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can push R&B, L&B, R&B, L&B, however you want to destroy the... Okay. Nega time that your opponent can use. If the opponent activates Nega time during bullet time battle, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in Yeah, but I'm on mean. Oh, I'm fighting Taka. Nice.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. It won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. It won't listen. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. It won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. You won't listen. You're corrupt. I refuse to vote. I refute you. False. You're corrupt. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. Show me some evidence. You're wrong.
Did I? Oh, I won. Okay.
Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
You shush. Bye, Taka. I'm sorry you lost your new bro as soon as you made friends with him.
Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Too bad, we do.
Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
Oh no, Mondo. 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 Did I? A, B, A, B, A, C. Yay, I got an A! Nice. Woohoo!
Bro, what are you saying? I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
Taka?
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank. Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around?
We already know,
Will you make the
Montana.
right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Hello, Ghost. Welcome back.
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? What?
Yeah, Mondo, why? How could you?
Unbelievable.
The vote was not... Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're not treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. Oh, I refuse to believe it. Believe it for sure, Taka. I'm sorry. There's no way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
Aww.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Get that corn. Why? Why? Why did you do it?
Now then.
Looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually,
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh. No, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can just hit left control key and fast forward. No, I don't want to. There was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. He was so weak, even though you're a boy. He had heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and bury himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy, but no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him, and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. Yes, Chihiro! No! You're stronger than infinite, I'll say that. Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. Which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro's actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair. And yet,
I'm sorry.
don't really want to talk about it right now.
But...
I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the thread of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my
I
chance.
want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay, I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action, and so, that day, he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body, but sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help, but he wanted to tell that person in secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And that person he went to,
Yeah, that's
it
right.
was me. How could you, Mondo? How could you? How important is manly? Figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep that secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always inspired to. Wow! Wow! Mondo! How could you? I didn't like you at first, then I warmed up to you, now I don't like you anymore. What the heck? So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration, and he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So that... What? What do you mean? What do you mean? So then that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, huh? Did what he did? Yeah, you mean why Mondo carried Chihiro from the... Oh. Oh.
Indeed. Certainly.
It could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men. But he killed Chihiro! He didn't help him become strong! He broke that promise!
Because...
If everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once it started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook, see? Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed? Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. Oh, he has a secret. Mondo's secret.
What is this?
Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone. It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat myself.
Judge others by your own standards is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you that embarrassing memory? That secret you didn't want anyone to know?
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? What? Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had a chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. You agree with Byakuya here? Interesting, Kana. Mondo's older brother. His name was Daya Owada. Yeah, I learned about that when I got to know him in free time. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. it was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown to the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, #1 in the gang, and #2, his younger brother, Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this game with bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang, which is why...
I just...
I've gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once, just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. Huh? The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly... What? My bad, kid. I effed up. Sorry. Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Okay, but he still didn't directly kill him. I mean, if Daya didn't intervene, Mondo would have died. Mondo didn't necessarily kill him. You and me put together. It's a promise between them. What? He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang. In order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother, he could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Daya was going to lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. Wait, huh? He wanted to lead the team so bad. He was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother. I'm strong. Strong, 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 strong. And yet, as soon as their killing game began, he realized, no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the lovely, the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I've been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why... Mondo. After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. Even if he didn't do the action... Okay, Kana says even if he didn't do the action, that doesn't mean Mondo doesn't blame himself and see that scenario as him killing his own brother. Interesting. Okay. I never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right about then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
I mean, you've kept this secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrap myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. Felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I had to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're strong. It can't hurt you, right? But he's not that strong, really. Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying
What?
if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret? Huh? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I'd never had, so I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you...
What?
the frick, Mondo? Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you effing with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. Felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed, and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face? No, he's not. I just
wanted to...
I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right, I am strong. I'm strong. What the frick, Mondo?
You son of a bitch!
Stronger than Daya! I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him down on the ground. I killed him.
Killed him. I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid the weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. Gosh darn it. Look at him, you see? You're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see a hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I sure don't.
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want, is what I want to say, but unfortunately I can't do that right now because time for punishing is fast approaching. For punishing?
You kid me.
Oh, yeah.
Well now.
That's what I promised you, right? The blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
Mondo Owada, the ultimate biker gang leader. Oh no. Oh no. Taka, poor Taka.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Aww. Oh no, oh no. Oh, he's riding on a bike with Monokuma? Monokuma's got his hair. The cage of death. Oh gosh. Monokuma just has a little nub. So is it that, like, oh. Did the cage just explode? Or what? He's not even on it. Wait, huh? Mondo butter? What? That was a punishment. He butter now. Those to why? You can't believe it's not butter. Why? Laugh at death and your soul will be forever at peace. Taka, I'm sorry. My brother. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. That one never made sense to you, Archer? Also, hello, Archer. Okay, Magic, if you're still here, you should probably explain this execution. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. Poor Taka. As Taka's sad scream invaded their schools, we were each forced to realize once again that he, of course he had to. Can you shut up? Byakuya,
What is this?
you're completely insane. Yeah, for real.
Naturally.
Hey,
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response, except that
however,
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because you need to shush. Okay, so eventually Mondo was liquidized by the electrical current. It's based off a Japanese tale. Interesting. I'm sorry, how can anyone like Byakuya? He's literally... I hate him. I hate him so much.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too. That will never matter to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. Byakuya, you idiot! Well...
That's right.
I hate you, Byakuya. I freaking hate you. Which is...
I see.
But
Yeah, you would have been dead. You're such an asshole, Byakuya. You are such an asshole.
Interesting.
Correct. Indeed. Hey,
What's this?
Byakuya knew this entire time that it was Mondo, but didn't tell anyone because it would have ruined the fun. Gosh freaking darn it! Like, why? Why is this so much fun to him? Like, this is why I just wish he was dead, but I know he's not gonna die. You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is why? Do you like them? But, you know, the punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself. You're over-exaggerating. I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair. What do you mean? 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 God, great! I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, shush, Byakuya. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as a victor, and then everything will be revealed to me. Ah, the noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship. Shut up. I will never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. You wouldn't stoop to the level of Monokuma, but you're going to the level of Genocide Jack? But now Byakuya knows to watch out for you if he ever decides to kill someone. Yeah. After I've achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you, understand?
In the name of my family.
You're getting all riled up.
Oh, so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mop for you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. He doesn't need a nap. He needs therapy. He needs Jesus. Byakuya really needs Jesus. Monokuma's laughter pealed across the courtroom, and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, felt like it all amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying...
How is Monokuma making string figures with just nubby hands?
This is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay?
Wait, is he talking to Byakuya?
After all,
who is he talking
that's
to?
what everyone wants to see.
There's one thing I'd like to ask
As
you.
long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it? The 16th high school student I know.
Oh, my. You really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole.
I think it's safe to say that the executions heat up from there. How he's able to do that? Simple yes. I don't know what that means, Hana.
And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
I don't know who he's talking to. Wow. Oh, I got a crazy diamond present. Yes, I will. Sniff, sniff. What in the... Who's that? Oh, it's Hina.
Cry, but I've had enough. I can't take it anymore. Getting out of here anytime soon. It's impossible. I can't let myself think about how much I want to get out of here. If I keep thinking like that, I might decide to.
No, Hina! Donuts. I need to eat some donuts. That'll cheer me up. Hina! Glazed donuts, twisty donuts, jelly donuts, cream-filled donuts, donut holes, malasadas.
Okay.
Oh god of donuts, I'm praying for a wonderful encounter. I'm sorry. Please forgive me for breaking the nighttime rule. But right now, for me, donuts are an absolute necessity. Huh?
Huh?
What is that sound? Sounds like it's coming from the bathhouse.
But...
Super scared, but... Someone there? Huh? What in the... Is that Chihiro's face? What? Next Generation Legends. Stand tall, galactic hero. Don't know what that means. The morning after the conclusion of the second class trial. Everyone met up in the dining hall, just like always. And I expected it to start like any other day. That's what I expected, but... Today's trial kinda sucks, huh? Toka and Byakuya still refuse to show up. I haven't seen Miss Asahina anywhere. She said her stomach was hurting, so she's taken it easier in her room for today.
Oh!
That is rather unusual for her. Normally, she is full of energy. Which is exactly what makes me worried.
So then?
So it's just the 7 of us then. Looks that way.
How about that?
It's times like this where the committee chairman needs to get things going with a bang.
Impossible.
Or not. Oh, Taka. Taka hasn't said a word since everything that happened yesterday. One look at his face showed he hadn't slept a wink last night. It must be because of Mondo. Oh, Taka. The two of them became so close. And then he finds out Mondo killed Chihiro. And then having to watch Mondo get punished and nothing he could do about it. I can't even imagine what it must have done to him.
Wow.
So, I mean, what's gonna happen now? We haven't found any way out. We have no idea if help's ever gonna come. I'm all depressed just thinking about it. We simply have to make the best of things. Do our best to get along and live here together in peace. Forget about the outside world and accept this new life. That is the only hope we have now. What, to live here forever? Here we have every convenience. We have food, clothes, our every need is seen. Why are you dissatisfied? In fact, let me ask you this. What is it about the outside world that you long for? Is that okay? Competition, discrimination, victimization, and violence? I accidentally clicked. Okay. In which case, is our current situation not... Demon Angel... Huh?
Here we go.
He really is getting weird. There's no 2D here.
There is nothing to be done.
The mastermind puts set-based desire to their advantage, bending you to their will.
You know?
Okay, well, since talk is like platonic, is the oldest one here? I'm officially stepping up. Yeah, that's not a good idea. So, we're all gonna work together and spend the rest of the day searching the school. Searching?
I'm right.
Well, I mean, since the class trial's over and all,
Perhaps.
there should be new places for us to investigate.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's a ticket. Maybe we'll find some kind of clue this time.
Well then.
And once we're done eating, let's split up and begin looking around. Do you have any problem with that, Celeste? There may as well be a discovery waiting for us, which may further enrich our lives here. No, the point is to look for clues. And just as we were starting to come together, she barged in and ruined the conversation.
You called for me, so I appeared.
Oh, hi. Genocide? What? Ah, nobody called for you! What the? How come it's Genocide Jill and not Toko?
Yes!
Gosh, this place is amazing, finally! A place I can just be my murderous self. Which is why I've decided to stop holding back and spread my wings. No more hiding in a cave for me. Fun fact, in that demo of Danganronpa, Yasuhiro was the first person to die instead of Sayaka. Interesting. Plus, I have another battle to fight. The whole killer with the split personality thing is so overdone. I gotta destroy that stereotype. I'll fight all day and all night to murder those totally slanderous cliches. But you are a killer with a split personality. Gee, if she weren't here, my chances of survival would go up at least 10%. Come on, you gotta back me up here. Even the biggest stars need the little people to hold them up. Well, whatever else we do today, first we should eat. We can't do anything on an empty stomach. You're right, let's hurry up and eat so we can start our investigation. Please sneeze. Or don't sneeze, it's fine. So we were forced to eat breakfast with a murderer. And after our much-needed but very annoying meal, we set to work looking around the school. Okay. I'm going to save my game. So, okay. Okay, so I'm thinking, okay, is Press Start streaming right now? Because if he is, I want to raid him. But if he's not, I don't think he is. I can't find him. Darn it. Okay, so anyways, it looks like I'm going to end the stream. So thank you all for coming. Thank you for some of the help with that one part of the trial that I could not figure out. But yeah, seriously, this was a very interesting trial. A lot of things I did not expect, a lot of turns, but you know, a lot happened, but that's this game. But instead it was Sayaka and Leon who went, namely because their models were used for each girl and guy character respectively, and the game developers kind of grew tired of them. Interesting. Nah, it's fine. Alright, adios everyone! I hope you guys are all doing well, and if not, remember you're still loved. Bye! Oh, where's OBS? Here it is.